Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Mariah Sade. So, something that the Most High have been putting on my heart to work on is going to be prayers. Prayers specifically that are kind of mimicking the ways that the prophets prayed. Because, as you guys know in the word, that the prophets' prayers were heard by the Most High and he responded. So, the first prophet that I'm going to talk about is the prophet Nehemiah. So, I have a PDF of like the breakdown of his prayer, which you can find in chapters 1 and 2. And I also have a sample prayer for you on a PDF, which I've linked in the description below. So I might make a separate video of me just, reading that prayer because it is kind of long, not too long, but just a little long, I guess. But I do have it for you guys to read yourselves because there are some, I statements in there. So I thought I would just attach the PDF so you guys could read it in first person. All right, so we're going to talk about Nehemiah just a smidge. I'm just going to read from the PDF just in case you don't know who Nehemiah is. So the whole book of Nehemiah is a really good book. Again, this portion that we're talking about is going to be, in regards to the first 2 chapters, because that's where the prayer is located. And you can see how the beginning of his prayer went, and then how at the end of his prayer, how the king responded. So during the time of Nehemiah, the Persian emperor, I'm going to try to say his name right. I think it's Artaxerxes. Yeah, we'll just go with that. So he ruled from 465 to 424 BCE. As cupbearer to the king, Nehemiah held a trusted and influential position that allowed him unique access to the emperor. Nehemiah, through mourning, fasting, prayer, and petitioning, he was granted permission to return to Jerusalem to rebuild its walls, and was even given the resources to do so. The wall was completed in just 52 days, a remarkable feat given the ruined state and the external resistance that Nehemiah faced during the rebuilding. So in this format, I kind of go over, how he prepared for his request to the king. So just like in that blurb that I just read, he mourned, he fasted, and he prayed. Even when you go into chapter 2, it talks about how, the king saw him in this kind of saddened state. And because he worked so intimately with the king, so close to him, he's not used to seeing him like that. And it also talks about that in that chapter. So before he even responded, Nehemiah prayed. So it talks about that preparing for your request. Also, I do have a prayer format. So even though I have a sample, again, it is just a sample. It's kind of like practice. So if you guys want to, and the goal is that you do make your own prayer, you have a format. It's like a 5-step format on how your prayers should be kind of laid out, if that makes sense. So as a result of Nehemiah's prayer, because the Most High's hand was upon him, his prayer was granted. He was even given, some like additional favors. So the king, by Nehemiah's request, gave him letters for safe passage. He was given timber from the king's forest to actually, help rebuilding the wall. And then he was given a military escort. So a really good book. Again, the PDF is going to be in the description. So if you have any feedback about that PDF, please share it in the comments. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one. I'm going to make more, but this is going to be kind of like a part 1 of maybe like 5 or 7. We'll see. All right. Well, you guys take care. Shalom. Shalom.